gonna need somebody to lean on me. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Now you may be thinking, Molly, why are you looking the same, wearing the same goddamn clothes? Well, it's because I'm double filming today. And yeah, that's just it really, it's just because I'm double filming. Today we're doing an informative educational video because as much as we love doing makeup on this channel, life ain't all that the sass, mate. You need the brains. Sister, we're getting down with the education. You can tell by the title, this time we're getting down with school. We are talking about how to revise for your GCSEs. Now I can tell you one of two reasons why you've probably clicked on this video. One, you're stressing out because you have no idea how to revise your GCSEs. Or two, you're looking for some inspiration because you haven't started yet. It's actually taken me 5 years at secondary school to realise the ways I like to revise. It's a shame I found that so late. It is March and GCSEs are really close up and I feel sorry for my year across the whole country because we literally got told this year that the whole spec was changing and that I think it's just English and maths this year, so it's numbers instead of letters basically. This year they're only trying that out on English and maths, but I believe next year every single subject is changing. And honey, I feel for you. We're gonna be talking about first different types of revision and different ones of how you can revise and kind of what kind of learner you are. And the second is how you actually do it because it's easier said than done. How do you revise? We're showing you today some of the things I use to revise and some of the ways that I revise myself. Obviously not everything I do is going to work for you. I cater different ways of revision for different subjects, the same as probably you do. So not everything that I will do that will work for you, but it's good to play around with different methods to see what works effectively for you. First one is probably one that I don't use too often, but it's okay if you're doing sort of a quick test with yourself, is mind maps. Write either a topic in the middle or a subject and have little subtitles or words coming out of it that will remind you how to answer questions about that topic or information about the topic that you have to remember. And once you have that mind map finished, you can put that one aside and turn it over so you can't look at it and create the same mind map and see what you can remember off of it. That's a good way of trying to remember informational things. It's also a good way to revise. You can also make mind maps to just stick around your house. I've started to decorate my house. Sorry mum. But at the moment my stairs has a whole timeline for history going up it for every single 83rd event I need to know for history. My wall currently over here, I'll show you in a minute, has math formulas on it currently right now. My wardrobe is starting to have some science on it. What can I say? I'm just a visual learner. Second one, probably my favourite actually, is flashcards. Now let me show you what these look like. This is my folder full of all my science flashcards. As you can see, it's pretty bulky. It's probably not the best place to keep flashcards. Probably a box would be better, but you know, I like to be different. This is my core biology flashcards, and for me I colour code all of them, and it just says biology at the front, and then I have questions. I don't know if it focuses on it because I'm the only person who would write green on a green piece of paper. So with flashcards, what you do is you write a question on the front and then on the back you write the answer. And it's a really quick, easy thing you can do before you go to bed or when you get home from school, is to look at the questions. You can do it with partners, teams, get your mum to do it, get your dad. Now, I really prefer this way of revising just because, and you can see there's a lot of questions. I really prefer this way of revising because you can do it for every subject. It's not even catered to the fact where you only can do it for one. The more you do it, the more it will stick in your head. Or you can buy these, this is a bit broken, but you can buy these things, and this is from Wilko's and it was 75p or £1, I think, between that. And it's got lined sort of paper on the front where you just flip it over. I don't know how many actually comes in here, but there's a lot and I've not filled it up yet. Okay, the next way of revising is note-taking form. Now me in year 7, Molly, why did you waste so much time? When I say notes, I mean either very short phrases or words, not long sentences like I used to, because that will not go in your head, you will not remember it. It's not gonna stay. This is a pucker pad. It's 250 pages and it has dividers. I would recommend the dividers with a folded bit on front so you can tuck extra bits of paper in there. Because I've got purple books for history, I associate the purple side of it, and as you can see the folded bit at the front, I've just tucked notes on paper too in the front. But as you can see, I have really made use of it and I have used it, and it's something I'm gonna go back over and use. But I definitely recommend these. They are a little bit pricey. You can get them online, so like Amazon or something, for cheaper. Yeah, I think this was about £6–7, which isn't really great to be fair, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So the next revision tool I would use is Quizs's. Don't use just Quizs's as your revision tool. And they're usually really quick fire questions, so it's not gonna work if you're only answering like 5 and your revision's done. It doesn't work like that. So Coop, that's a really good website for getting questions, and you can compete against your friends, or you can do it just for yourself, and it gives you a time limit and it gives you some options, and you have to choose which one is the right one in a certain amount of time. Like BBC Bite Size does and Quizs's, so there's literally, it's really endless for quizzes that you can test yourself, so that's also a good revision technique. This is also probably one of my favourite ones as well, because moving on to the 5th one, it literally is YouTube videos. For science especially, I have been using her channel's called Primrose Kitten. You can learn the whole, so like the whole I think core of biology 1, I think it's like 46 minutes, and like physics is like 32 minutes, so you can learn basically everything in that small amount of time. I actually thank her for creating her YouTube channel and putting that out there for kids, because it's really handy. She doesn't just do educational videos, she does advice videos on just different things in general, different topics. Also advice videos for revision and stuff like that, so I'll leave her channel in the description below. She deserves so much more subscribers than what she has. That is just one type of sort of video. YouTube videos, there's tons and tons of YouTube videos. So many videos you can watch to every subject, every topic, whether it's GCSE, SATs, A-level, primary, university, you name it. They genuinely, YouTube will have it somewhere, because I prefer to watch things and visually see things to remember them. That's just me, I'm just a really visual learner. Don't just watch videos though, because obviously you need to apply your knowledge that you learn from that to questions and practice questions, so but YouTube is a good idea. The next one is super important, and I can't bang on how important they are for practice taught to GCSEs. Past papers. These are just science ones I have that I've printed off online. These are basically what your paper's going to look like for GCSE. You'll get the exam style questions, which is what you want to practice, and also you can easily look up the mark schemes for past papers online, so you can always go down and see exactly what the examiner will want for each mark. Learned off of Eve Bennett's channel the other day. The people who received the A stars spot the patterns. Going over past papers and seeing what questions are repeated, what topics are repeated, what ones haven't been done yet in past papers. Could give you a prediction for what ones that could turn up in your exam. Obviously not for definite, but a possibility. Now for past papers, it's really important that you find and you print off the correct exam board. Really struggling in maths, so going back over past papers in maths is really going to help me, because I get to practice exam style questions, see where I'm going wrong, and it just gets you used to seeing these questions. And guarantee, the more you practice past papers, when it does come to your actual exam or your mocks, when particular questions come up in papers, you'll be like, oh, I've had a similar question, I know how to do this. It's going to come easier to you. Number one best revision tool you could probably use. Next one is reading, and I'll put an emphasis on this, a limited, because obviously you need to read things to be able to understand things and read things to absorb in the information, but you actually have to do something with that information after, i.e. quiz, past paper, exam questions, something like that. Reading the revision guides or books that you've been given, or your exercise books is going to be really handy, because you get to obviously absorb the information. You need to read over a small part of a topic before you go to sleep. It will hopefully stay in your mind. Posters. I cannot stress how much I love posters. I love putting posters in my room or around the house about topics or about subjects or little bits of information. I remember that. So every time you pass it and you look at it, you're gonna be like, I remember what that says. So say you open your wardrobe every day like I do, and I look on the front and I'm gonna see the piece of physics information on the front. I'm gonna remember that, because my brain knows every time I go to the wardrobe or when I get an exam, I'm gonna see the poster on the wardrobe and be like, I remember what that says. The next one is post-it notes. Again, another good one. I love post-it notes. These are actually just rip off a memo pad. Just stick them to the wall or stick them to anything that's in front of you, and with a small bit of information on them or a small fact, and every time you go past it or read it, you'll remember that fact. You can't just stick them on the wall and just go, yep, I remember it. You do actually have to read them, say them out loud, digest the information. Otherwise they'll be really pointless and not gonna work. Okay, so next one is apps. I'm gonna show you my school app. So I have a folder on my phone. This one is show my homework, I think it is, yep. This one is show my homework. A lot of schools use this because it's easier to put homework online. This green one here is Duolingo. It's a really good Spanish app. History. This one is Gojimo, Edmodo, Maths Watch, Calculator, Pixl, Quizlet, GCSE Algebra and My Study Plan. Quizlet and Gojimo are really good. Quizlet is really good if you want to use digital flashcards and tests and quizzes, because it's literally all on one app. It's fantastic, couldn't recommend it more. Any subject at any level, A level, GCSE, anything, looks like this inside Gojimo. There's a list of some things that I've been doing. It's a history and biology I've done on here, but there's such a wide range of things you can do. I'll try and link these in the description below. If not, I'll just put the names of all these apps in the description below. You can go and check them out. And a lot of these apps are just really, really good for revising. They're just really good. So I'd recommend downloading as many as you can, basically, to help you. Last and final one, I would say, is revision guides. Here are 3 examples of revision guides I own. This Core Science GCSE has everything in here, from biology, chemistry to physics. Everything you need to know for your exam is in these books. Definitely take advantage of all your revision guides and all your subjects. You're going to need them regardless. You can't always be at school to access all your information or the teacher's advice or answers from your teacher. Make sure you invest, because they're not that expensive when you get them from your schools. The school generally give you deals. You only have to pay a couple of pounds towards these and you'll get them. So if you're offered them, please accept them. Please, please, please use these, read them, make sure you know everything in them. Year 11 is an expensive year, I do understand that, but to pass your GCSEs and give you the best advantage you can get, I would definitely invest in them and be using them. Okay, so now we talked about techniques. What I really want to talk about now is actually how to do the revision. Where do I start? Where do I go from here? If you're in year 7, 8, 9 and 10, just start forming good habits now. That's all I can say. Start forming good habits now of learning something in class, going home, quickly going over it, and it will just embed in your mind. If you learn something in year 7 and you don't go over it again until year 11, you're not going to know it properly. You're going to forget it essentially, and it's literally just going to be worthless learning. So make sure you go home and go over things. So like I say, start with good habits and forming a good routine. A good way of this will be putting in place a revision timetable. I made a revision timetable. We were all made to do it in year 11. I told myself I've got so much time to revise my GCSEs. No, I tell you, when you get into year 11, the time goes flying just because you are working towards things. You do have a lot more mocks in the year. I've had 2 sets of mocks within 2 months, and they've both, in total, we've done about 5 weeks of mocks. So for me, that's literally a month of my time taken up. Stick to your revision timetable. That is literally the thing that gets people. Some people can make it and they don't stick to it. Try and stick to it, even if it's not time-wise. Try and do small interval sessions. So like I do about 3 subjects a night, but I do small interval sections so that I don't get bored and I take breaks in between. But it's something we all love doing as teenagers, or as anyone really. Sleep. Please, please, please do not be going to bed at bloody 1 AM and expecting to feel refreshed, energised and motivated for the day when you get up at 6 AM. You're just not. You're not going to survive on 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Good for anyone to get 8 hours of sleep per night. It's a recommended amount. It enables your brain to be working properly, and you're able to retain a lot more information and feel more motivated. Prioritise subjects, or say to yourself, these are my weakest subjects where I need to put a little bit more extra time in to get them up. Organised books and work. I basically sorted all my shelves out. I've prioritised sections of subjects and just made it really tidy. I feel like when my study is organised, I'm organised. And the last one to finish off this whole video is to remind yourself what you are working for, and motivation. The more you do it, the more it's going to stick, and when you get to your exam, you're going to go, I know that. You only have to like work this hard for 8.5 months. You know, put all your effort in, literally, into year 11, and you're going to get really good results, potentially, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And also, you probably get the biggest break of your life. You're gonna get 2 months and a bit off before I'm going to college. So literally that is your big break. You can catch up on all your sleep then, sleep for 5 days. I don't care, but put in all your effort into year 11. I promise it will be worth it. Just make sure you hunt out your revision techniques, hunt out teachers, use every single resource to your advantage. If it is free, you're an idiot if you do not use like your free resources, essentially, because they're what's going to help you. They're there for a reason. Use them, please. I hope this was somewhat helpful. I also apologise if this video is very, very long. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that, just so I know that you liked it. And remember to hit that subscribe button here or down below. Everything I've talked about in this video, I will link down in the description below. And with that, I will see you next time with another video. Bye.